Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a book review of Heir by Sarah J Maas. This is the third book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas, and I really enjoyed this one. If you've not read Throne of Glass or Crown of Midnight, the first two books in the Throne of Glass series, I would recommend not watching this review because I might spoil those two books talking about the plot of this one. So if you've not read the first two books of them, I would recommend not watching. Okay, so in Crown of Midnight we found out that Selena is a fairy and she gets sent away. And on her way to fulfill her task, she comes across the Queen. The Queen tells Selena that she will help Selena destroy the king for a price. But before the Queen will see Selena, Selena has to train her magic for the Queen to deem her worthy. I don't want to get into any more what this book is about because I don't want to spoil it, so let me give you my thoughts on it. I didn't enjoy this one as much as Crown of Midnight. I found this one went back to world building again, and while I saw that was necessary, for me this book was kind of slow, and it's a big chunky book, so I could tell that it was getting slow in paces. And whilst it wasn't necessarily a bad slow, it was definitely a slow. With the new revelations of Selena being a fae and for her to be using magic and for the new place that they're in, there's a lot more world building going on in this book again. And whilst I enjoy world building and I really like it and think it's really relevant and important to the story, for me I kind of find those parts slow. And so it took me a lot longer of a time to read through Heir of Fire. I enjoyed the characters in these books, however, there's one aspect that kind of annoys me about this series and it doesn't. And I guess that's the love triangle, or if you can even call it a love triangle anymore, because there's so many possible love interests for Selena, and I feel like in the next book Sarah J Maas is just going to throw out more love interests. And I enjoy it and it's done well, but at the same time it can kind of be annoying. I'm definitely still team Cal, but I just don't think that Selena and Cal can ever work past what happened between them to fix things and to be in a good healthy relationship. So I guess currently I'm at Team Cal, but I think that it won't necessarily happen. So currently I'm just Team Selena and whoever she chooses. I don't know, just all the possible love interests kind of gets on my nerves. I enjoy it, I think it's done well, it just can be annoying. Nobody has as many love interests. And maybe I'm reading too much into characters, deeming them to be love interests when they're not, but I honestly don't think I am. With all the subtle hints and everything, I can definitely see characters working out and for there to be a possible relationship between them, and I'm not sure if I necessarily like that. The whole point where Selena was training her magic, I just wanted to hurry up and get past it, and it took a lot of this book for that to do that. Towards the end I wasn't in so much of a hurry, but I think it was just because of all the world building that was going on and because I was finding it really slow that I just really didn't enjoy this one as much. Don't get me wrong, I still thought this book was fantastic, but just compared to Crown of Midnight, which I absolutely loved, this one again kind of fell flat for me like Throne of Glass. Instead of being a 5 out of 5 stars like Crown of Midnight, it was a 4 out of 5 stars. I did like the change of perspectives, how we got to see Kale and everything, but Manon the Witch, her perspective, I'm just not a big fan of. I read it and I get that it's probably going to be relevant to the story, but currently it's just really not my thing. I'd rather more Kale and Selena and Dorian points of views rather than Manon. So Heir was kind of feeling a little bit meh for me. Like, I was enjoying it, but I wanted to love it. And then I got to like the last 100 pages and I loved it. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it. Everything about this series in the last 100 pages of why I love it came out in those 100 pages, and I just was like, yes, yes. And it made me crave the next book, Queen of Shadows. Because of that ending, it really redeemed this book for me, and that's why I'm rating it a 4 out of 5 stars. Otherwise, I think this would have actually been the weaker book in the series for me rather than Throne of Glass. As I said, it was just the slowness and how big this book was, and I love big books. I read a lot of books, as you can tell, like I read a lot. So I love big books, but just how slow it was and the world building, how I found it just, some places the story wasn't going anywhere. And I really wanted it to. But the ending redeemed the book for me, and with everything else that went on, I really did enjoy this one. I'm hoping that Queen of Shadows, however, isn't as slow as this one. I'm hoping that I kind of get back to that Crown of Midnight kind of feel. So let me know in the comments below if you've read Heir and what you thought of it, and like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!